think the biggest misconception that the general public has about forestry and logging in general is that we don't care.
One thing that I think a lot of people don't realize is trees are just like you and I. They've got a lifespan.
Our obligation to landowners to treat his land just like we would our own.
Proper stewardship of the forest and having a sustainable forest is the best thing in the world, one for the land and two for the wildlife.
At LP Building Products, we take our stewardship responsibilities seriously. LP's forest management and wood procurement programs are certified by the Sustainable Forestry Initiative, the largest single forest certification program in the world. SFI is a fully independent, charitable organization dedicated to promoting sustainable forest management. Their certification standard is based on principles including measures to protect water quality, biodiversity, wildlife habitat, species at risk, and forests with exceptional conservation values. The standard is strongly accepted across North America so that SFI certified companies like LP can deliver a steady supply of wood products from legal and responsible sources. For the past decade, LP has followed these SFI guidelines to help protect our land, streams, air quality, and wildlife. We are proud to manufacture products that help builders build better homes, and we are proud to be good stewards of our environment.
Well, I think it comes down to just doing the right thing. The overall population has become more green conscious, and I think LP sees that and is getting ahead of the curve there, trying to make sure that what we produce is done in an environmentally conscious way.
Welcome to the Cove, here in Halifax County, Virginia, part of the Ward Burton Wildlife Foundation. This tract of land is managed for wildlife conservation, habitat enhancement, and proper stewardship of its natural resources.
We've got everything from black bear to...
Ward Burton, former NASCAR driver, has partnered with LP to do a selective harvest on his land. The logging plan, developed by our professional foresters, will help improve the remaining trees on Ward's land while maintaining its wildlife habitat, water quality, and beauty.
It's amazing that if you have the right plan and you have the right outlook of how you're going to start from the cutting to the planting, and like what LP preaches and what they're doing on the land for me and others, is coming up with plan A to B and down the road C to D, E, and what you're doing is you're generating just a moving habitat within the forest itself. So you got the economic gain, you've got the care for the soil, water, air, and you've got the wildlife that's thriving in it.
We rely on strict procurement policies to promote sustainable practices among our wood suppliers.
We not only log, but we manage a fair amount of timberland ourselves. And so every track, even the tracks that I cut, like this particular track, we always try to treat it as if it's my own track. I treat everything the same. We thin the trees when they need to be thinned. If you don't thin it, the trees will stagnate. They'll lose their crowns and they won't grow. Once they're mature, we harvest them. And, either nature harvests them a few at a time between ice and lightning and fire and insects. We do a little bit better job. We do it all at one time and then we plant it back.
Generally, it's our practice to take the limbs back out into the woods and scatter them down the skid corridors. Those trees are nutrients, so those limbs are nutrients. By scattering them back over the site, we're redepositing some of the nutrients that were harvested back to the site versus the traditional method of leaving it in a pile. I think LP is a good steward of the land. I think by becoming an SFI member company, they've shown that. SFI is something that requires time, requires commitment, and because it's the right thing to do.
In addition to monitoring the lands and operations that produce our wood supply, SFI requires LP to be active in logger training, landowner outreach programs, and research.
Most of us in the forest business, most of us become foresters because we love the land, and we love the forest, and we love the wildlife that call it home, and we wanted to spend our lives out here working in it.
All of LP's OSB engineered wood and siding products are manufactured using wood from SFI certified lands or SFI certified procurement systems. In addition, our manufacturing facilities use a comprehensive environmental management system to minimize waste.
When we bring in logs in the round wood, we utilize the bark in our fuel process. We utilize the stem in the process of making flakes for the board, and there's little to no waste at all produced.
Today, our approach to stewardship can be summed up with 3 words: conserve, create, and renew. LP's OSB, siding, and engineered wood products may qualify for points in many home certification systems across North America.
I'm not sure if sustainable forestry is important to home builders or not, but it should be. When they buy a product that is not certified, they don't know where it came from, and they don't know what the harvesting practices were that were used to harvest that tree that made that product.
We are pleased that our stewardship efforts continue to deliver real rewards for our company, our customers, our communities, and future generations.
With LP, they go the extra mile. They will show me and take a time with me of why I need to do this step and this step to this step to make it the timber as worth as it can and benefit the wildlife. Their philosophy not only to get the products they need for their mills to sustain their business, which is LP, but also they're trying to give back to where their products come from, and that's the great outdoors and the natural resources.